Hello and welcome to Random Roleplay. I'm Deven of TRG Network and we're back with some more Rieba Planeswalkers. This time, we're back with my favorite episode. Man, have I been waiting for this! Because if you have looked into the previous week's hints, you may have already caught on to what I'm getting at. And this is the episode where some of that pays off. So again, I cite episode 3's hint. If you have already gotten it, you probably know what's coming this episode. And if you do know what's coming this episode, that means you have all the more reason to be excited, because this is probably going to be one of the best character interactions in this session, I personally think, throughout this entire campaign. And I hope no one holds that against me if they don't feel the same way, but quite frankly, I feel like you're going to have a hard time not feeling the same way. So now on to that hint for this episode. That hint is going to be a very subtle one. Castor's Toad. That's it. That's all you get. Figure it out. Figure out what I mean by that. Hold on to it for however long you need to hold on to it till you realize. But I'm sure it'll be very clear once you do realize. So that being said, I hope you're ready to enjoy this episode because it is a grand old time. Top to bottom. And if you do enjoy this episode, be sure to drop a like. For some reason you're not subscribed, which according to YouTube, only subscribers watch this. But if for some reason you're not subscribed, should effing subscribe, fam. And without further ado, on to the show. And so, we return to the Styx-riddled lands of Avernus, and those who cross said Styx River in the form of Cassius the Tiefling, Arudim the Half-Orc, Naleek the Half-Elf, and Crantor the Gallataur. The party awoke and got about their way, spending the majority of the day in vapid travel before they finally came up to the point of the Styx where there was a bridge. Fortunately, this bridge was being guarded over by a pair of Arunis and a trio of chain devils. The party planned meticulously before a conversation was had between Cassius and one of these Arunis. Cassius masterfully plays to the devil's ego by both trying to reason with her and bolster himself, and the slaying of her would have been perfect if not for her troops' own attempt at an attack. Ultimately, this Arunis falls to Cassius after assistance from a spine devil that works for Jesgon, the bone devil that Cassius saved the day prior. This devil introduces himself as Tozad, and explains that he is there to do one task for them as a way of Jesgon making up his supposed life debt to Cassius. The party officially signs on their new guide, and on their way into the evening is the party. So yeah, you just had probably one of the baddest ass moments you could have. You guys slay a grayer devil in a very domineering fashion, still in this magma-spotted wasteland area. The most notable sight on the horizon is a wrought iron archway that reads something in many different languages you can't quite tell from your distance at the moment. It's quite a ways away. It's easily a good 10-15 minutes or so, but it is that huge on the horizon. This is literally moments after you continue down the path out from crossing the bridge. You're still in the rocky area that lines the river.
I've known a lot of dwarves in my life, mate, but that's impressive. Cassius points to the monolith out in the distance.
Yeah, it's also a little out of place. So barren. And there's that. I want to note that it's not directly...
Just gestures to over there.
Yeah, yes. I want to note that it's not directly ahead of you guys. It's just as you scope out your 180 across in front of you, maybe a little bit slightly off to your left is where you can see this supposed archway on what is otherwise barren, gravelly, ashy stone, with little patches of magma popping out as you know it too.
Any idea what that actually is, mate?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of curious too. Should we detour?
Well, no, we shouldn't detour.
No.
Of the essence.
Our objective is right in front of us.
You know, he's like, no, you're right. It is only a little bit off the ways, but that still looks like 10-20 minutes off of our travel just to read a sign.
He looks over there. How far away is it?
It's looking like it's a... go ahead and do me a nature check.
Okie dokie, I can do that. Ardo fucks with that. Ooh,
I'm gonna fucks with that.
With a +1, 17.
Hey, look at you, starting us off strong. You can tell it's roughly... You can tell it's roughly 1,600 feet or so away.
So we're walking, right?
Yeah. It's about 1/3 a mile.
In a minute.
It's about 1/3 of a mile away from you guys, slightly veering off course.
He's gonna take a running stance, like bend down like those track and field people.
Go on.
And he's going to dash and bonus action dash all the way there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, you guys...
Action dash, bonus action dash, and move action.
Yeah, that's a thing that is slept on in 5e. You can double dash. If you can bonus action dash, you can theoretically double dash in a turn if you want to.
Hell yeah, you can.
It's just giving up your entire turn to run. It's just for the sake of, fleeing. But yes, you all
run away.
You all have Arudim next to you guys as you kind of just sauntering your way about, and then it kind of just falls out of your peripheral. He stops to take that stance, and then you just feel the wind boom next to you as he takes off, and like a bolt of green light is just flying down this way, and you guys finally able to pinpoint him visually. It's one of the damnedest things you ever seen. A half-orc sprinting at breakneck speeds down this molten wasteland.
Hey, Crantor, remind me never to challenge him to a foot race.
It was Grunth.
Sorry.
No, sorry. I'm just fast. Fast too fast. So for brevity's sake, as you get closer to the sign, reads, Avernus welcomes all in multiple languages. Each of the languages that you can read, it says this in. But it says it in many other languages as well.
Is that it?
That's literally it.
I look behind the sign.
You look behind it?
I just look behind the sign, like, what the fuck is there else here? Did they really want a detour for a sign that says, welcome to Avernus?
Yeah.
Like,
is there like at least even a pamphlet?
Found it, that's it.
I'm so glad I don't have a face cam on right now because I have the doofiest smile. Presumably you make your ways to the party.
I just get the feeling that this is
Before he does, he's gonna mark into the sign, fuck you, I ran all the way here to see what this said, and all it said was hello.
All I got was this crappy t-shirt.
Oh my god.
I went to Avernus, and all I got was this crappy sign. Low-key want to steal it, but he's not gonna. So he just starts running back.
Yo, I will say you notice that, like, the pale remains of what was once a path that led through this sign, you can tell that probably through eons of war, what was once a location of some sort was just essentially buried underneath debris and terrain. This sign.
Well, that's a big sad, but we don't have time to dig. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so you're making your way back to the party. And I'll say you're roughly
making my way back home.
I imagine that, like, Cassius is trying to teach Crantor and Naleek how to play cards while we're waiting, just for that, just like playing a card game.
No, you see, bullshit. This one here that has the J on it, that's a jack. It's worth 10, mate.
Squinting at the card. I see.
This one has one eye.
All right, so
what are the powers of the jack, and how can I use it in combat?
Simple, you just grab your boyfriend and you swing.
Alright, so I'll say that, guys, this has been about roughly 10 minutes or so that has passed from Arudim taking his way there and his way back. And Arudim, as you're heading back to the party, like sprinting almost angrily at this point, like you just wasted your time. You thought there was probably going to be something interesting having to do with this. And as you approach, you start to see in the background behind your comrades approaching. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, because your passive perception actually doesn't help you this one, motherfucker.
Okie dokie. That's fine I'm fine with that. I'll roll perception, you fucker.
I'm sure you will.
In fact, that's another 16. So 16 plus 11, that's 27 perception.
Okay, alright. You see 3 hell wasps.
Perception! Wow.
You see 3 hell wasps flying up on your comrades, and just as you're approaching them...
Wait, cool. The minute I see them, can I divert path and go towards the wasps?
Well, no, this is what I'm trying to say. They're directly behind them, adjacent to you.
Oh, fuck, they're like right behind them.
No, not right behind. Allow me to finish narrating. As you're sprinting up to them from your direction, the opposite direction from them is when the wasps are coming up, and as you're getting close enough for them essentially to hear you yell out to them, they'll see the wasps start to fly around fly in a circle around them, and I'm going to need you all to roll initiative as Naleek, Crantor, Cassius, and your guide, you notice these hell wasps in a flurry, flying in a circle around you all, getting ready to close in.
Oh god,
Throw the
damn
jack
it,
card.
can I not?
Just like, you just hear in the distance, "Hey! Bug zapping time!" And that's all you hear. As I start running towards y'all.
Oh my god, what the hell? God damn it, do we really gotta fight again?
That is a 20 initiative for Arudim.
Ooh. Not bad roll.
I had to refresh my page. I'm not hearing any music.
No worries, I'm about to change it.
No.
Alright, now I'm just trying to make sure.
Whoops, wrong me. Sorry.
Okay. Alright, I'm hearing it and stuff. Okay, so let's fucking get on with it as we... What the hell?
My bad.
Did you do that?
Yeah, that was my bad.
That was interesting. I didn't know you could do that.
I'm sorry,
No, don't be sorry. I am intrigued.
but it's not the perfect circle. Please. Delete.
Alright, let's get back on after that short intermission. Okay, so let me get these initiatives going. We got... Oh, wow, what an initiative count.
Yeah. I rolled a 7.
Be proud.
Cassius is just sitting there, he draws his packed weapon.
Oh, now you're just...
people. He's just like, how many of these motherfuckers do I gotta kill before they just learn their lesson?
To be fair, you haven't killed
hold
any of
on.
these things.
We found a
At
dead
this
one,
point,
to be
it's all-
fair. We've never actually killed these things before. Well, actually, no, Cassius did, remember?
No, that was something else apparently.
Oh! Well, never mind, I will hold my tongue.
Yes, that was a demon, not a fiend. Well, this is also a fiend, but it's not a demon or devil technically.
What the fuck?
Just a base fiend. All right, so where your position on the map is where I had you going. It's actually cool that Arudim decided to run off and go handle that, because these things were keeping a certain level of distance from you for a while, and it's going to start off.
I'm surprised they didn't go for me to single me out.
They would have had to fly past your comrades to do so.
Ah, that's true. Smart then.
And
Oh, by the way, could you delete the square me over here?
there's a square you still. Oh,
Very
I,
top right
Square
corner.
me way up here.
how you do this, man? How did it get there?
I killed the thief into combat.
That would have been kind of odd. Just another shadow image, mirror image. All right, so the turn cycle, starting off with Tozad. Tozad looks up at the creatures flying around and is just going to flap his way right on over here. And his turn. First things first, Arudim.
Oh wait, I can do stuff. Shit, I forgot I'm a rogue. I can do shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can move 40 feet, then bonus action dash another 40 feet. Cool. Would you say that from that spot I'm pointing to, I would be within 30 feet of this flying hell wasp?
The Hell Wasp is roughly 20 feet above the ground, so yes, it would be. And
Okay,
I was
cool.
about to
I'm
call
going
out
to move.
I was about to call out this lava here, but between your ring and your mobile feet, it's not gonna fucks with you. If anything, you just did a long leap over it. Did that feel?
Yeah, I literally could roll for that if you want.
No, that's gonna be a waste of time.
I just dash all the way there, jump over the lava, and as I'm mid-air, I do like a little twist, and blast of necrotic energy.
There we go. These
As I
creatures
bonus action
just
dash. Let's go.
you jump up and fly right by it as it's beginning its circular pattern on the party.
Okay, that is going to be a 10 plus 9, 19 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Oh shit! Let's go. All right. So all my beautiful d6s. That is 26 points of necrotic damage. As I shoot a bolt of necrotic energy at it as I land.
Holy shit! You hit it with this necrotic energy in almost instantaneous fashion. You see several of its arms wilt into practical twigs, and part of its... I forgot what that part of a bug is called, but its butt, the big old thing that it stings
The thorax?
with. Thorax, yes. It withers down on one side and almost implodes in a way as it sinks in. Holy shit.
He just, in Orcish, he says, I eat things like you for breakfast.
And
Castor, go ahead.
all right, that's your turn. Crantor up next.
Big boy, big boy, big boy.
These things are flying around you, circling their belts, trying to make you pray. Oh, hey, there's Arudim, making it die.
He sees Arudim tear down that one. He's like, yeah, that one's fine. So he's going to run over to...
Remember that they are 20 feet in the air.
20 feet in the air.
Yes.
Okay. Good call. We're going to instead pull one of the javelins.
Ah, I was wondering.
Ooh.
That he's got, and he's going to cast magic weapon on it.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and drop that in chat for me. Wait a second. You may not need to do this. Your javelin.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Hang on. Mm-hmm. Good call. Give me just 1 second to double check on it.
Yeah, I'm also running in there.
It's not included in that.
Okay then.
Hand Axe, Battle Axe, Great Axe, Warhammer, and Maul.
Alright then. Okay. Yes, you enchant your javelin. The enchanted javelin. I activate my trap card.
It's Light Force Javelin. Tossing the javelin. It's going to be a 19 to hit.
That's gonna hit. That's
Actually,
gonna
it's
just
20.
hit.
320, actually.
Alright, yes. It's going to just hit as this javelin pierces right into the thorax ever so barely, but ironically is the most painful way you could have hit this creature. Go ahead and roll me that damage.
It's going to be 5 piercing.
5 piercing, that's included the +1 magical.
Nope, that'll be 6 piercing then. You're right.
All
5
right.
piercing, 1 magical. That's right. Good call.
Yes, and let's see, here we're going to...
Did it fall to the ground with that?
No,
Is it still in the-
it's still in the air. To make it fall to the ground, you would have to use an effect on it that would essentially make it go prone.
Brave, 3rd level. No, let's do another javelin. Why not?
Let's fucking go!
Reload that javelin.
Alright, this one is not
Not going to
magical.
cast it. Correct. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
That is going to hit, good sir.
It's going to be a 4 piercing.
Ooh, is that minimum? Are you adding the modifier?
There's no modifier in this one because it's not magical.
You still get your modifier because it's a proficient.
Oh! +5. Yes, God. So
Does
that
that
should
go
have
for
been...
the last one as well?
It does.
Okay.
God, I'm not with it today. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, my dude. You got your stuff going on. Okay, so
That would be
10.
a 10 for last one, and then a 9 for this one.
Oh no, it would be 11 for the last
piercing.
one and 9 for this
Yeah,
one.
in total, yeah.
Okay. so-
Gotcha.
Yeah, 2 javelins through its thorax. You almost completely hindered this creature's ability to be lethal, as it's just kind of like buzzing frantically in the air. It's almost fallen. It's not almost. It has fallen out of its pattern at this point. And you're going to go.
In that case, yeah. I'm just gonna end my turn then.
Okay, you're just going to stand your ground.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too close to it until I have to.
Alrighty. Then up next is Cassius Meladius.
Do it.
Slay.
I just imagine that they're all sitting there around a deck of cards. Hear Arudim if off in the distance. It's bug zapping time!
Yep.
Fuck is he on about, mate? Anyway, he looks up. Crantor's already full, like, throwing javelins and shit. What the hell's going on? Oh, shit. Cassius will stand up, both swords in hand. I was just getting comfortable, mate. He's gonna just look around. I got one for each of you. Firing them blasts, baby. First one at number 2 here.
Okie dokie, the one that you just saw Arudim.
He shriveled that boy.
Let's get to fire them sword lasers.
Natural 20.
Roll the damage, please.
Natural 20.
All right. So that doubles the dice, right?
Yes. You should be rolling 2d10 plus your modifier with this.
That is a total of 10 plus 5.
10
15
plus
force damage.
5. Hey. You bludgeon and you see one of its withered limbs literally fly off like a strong gust of wind hit a dead tree.
Cassius just kind of stands up, backhands his brother's longsword, and out comes this eldritch beam as it hits this thing. And he just kind of turns around. He just looks tired. He's like, motherfucker, I'm at this again. It's been like an hour, mate.
Arudim just smiles. He's so happy more fighting is happening.
He's like, oh man, why'd I have to leave the group? They had first dibs.
Yeah, literally.
Cassius will turn, look over his right shoulder, and fire a second blast out of his packed weapon right at this guy.
Do it! Kill him!
And that will be is a +9 to hit. That is a 17 to hit.
That is going to just miss as the creature is going to frantically flail and out of the way. The beam flailed just by its wing.
They can't all be right. All right, Mr. I'm looking healthy and me mates are all dying. Can't let you get out of this one alive. God, even my trash talk is getting tired. God damn, I could really use a break, mate.
Your weakness is being alive.
And Cassius will forward slash with his brother's longsword, firing a third one.
Alrighty. Let's go!
Oh, no.
Let's
Is that one?
go.
That's a natural 1, baby.
Percentile dice, please.
One.
Could you repeat
natural
that?
20, a 17, and a 1.
Hey, Advy, could you repeat that?
I would like you to roll a percentile die, my good fella.
Okie dokie. Where did my other D10 go? There it is.
It's running away. It knows what is about to be bestowed upon you. Hope for a low number.
Well, it's sub 50,
Ah.
but not by much.
Uh-oh.
It is a 45.
All right. That 40. The beam goes wildly underneath the creature and smacks into the rock beneath it, and the rock essentially combusts into dust, both grays and reds, and it completely obscures your vision of this Hell's Wasp.
Oh, fuck me.
The cloud is. I'm going to give you a range of the cloud, and it's not going to stay there. I remember to take it away, but yes, somewhere in there. And so.
Yes, Cassius will just sigh. All right, mate. Time to fire it on up. And Cassius will activate one of his Bloodborne abilities.
Yo.
And
Branding smite!
you'll see his packed weapon. It naturally glows just like a bluish purple. And you just kind of see it slowly at first. And it just picks up over a few seconds, turning a brilliant white. I maintain concentration for a minute. And the next weapon attack that I make before the spell ends activates this spell effect.
Yes, exactly. So you can hold this until you decide to attack.
Anytime up for the next minute. And he just sits there holding his swords, looking like they're really heavy. Like, God damn it, mate. He's just staring off in the distance.
Is this what happens for the heroes after they beat the big bad? They just fight a bunch of jobbers?
Chill, bro.
Is it all downhill from here?
Gosh, I'm stuck in jabroni hell. And so we move on now to the Wasp's turns. And, oh boy. It's gonna be fun. Alright, so starting off with, oops, wrong thing.
God, I've done that so much.
Wrong thing. So this creature, despite getting belted, is going to be flying around, and Crantor, it flies right by you, this creature that you put 2 javelins in, and it attempts to sting Naleek.
Oh no!
Do I get an opportunity attack on?
When he tries to move out of your space, yes.
You know, I believe under Sentinel, when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against it.
Oh shit, man!
Fucking killed that shit! Hell yeah! Alright, get your attack in.
It's going to be with the axe, by the way.
Oh yeah. I imagine it's
That is a natural 20.
Okay, so, I only can imagine that this was a two-handed...
Plus my 10.
This was
Yeah.
two-handed axe strike, I assume. Okay, so...
Yes, that's a 30 to hit, so that's...
That's a 2d10 plus 5. I'm plus 6, my guy.
Plus 6. Mm-hmm.
Because that is Venya Wood. And, yeah! Are you able to use Plane Strike when it's not your turn?
You know what?
Double
React?
check. It might say on your turn when you make an attack.
Where is it?
Once per
Once
turn
per turn when you hit a creature.
Oh!
So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that.
Okay, so then I need you to roll me 2d10 plus 6 and 6d4.
1 second.
That is the
do
beautiful
it on
thing
the-
about smite abilities, is it's just once per turn, not necessarily your turn.
Welcome to reading
There's the
Yu-Gi-Oh
2d10.
card effects.
Oh yeah, Kobold, you missed it. We were talking about the trap card Enchanted Javelin earlier when he used Magic Weapon on his Javelin.
Oh yeah, Enchanted Javelin. That
one of my
card fucking
favorites.
sucked. It
Well, it
was a
sucks to
cool
go
looking
against.
card, but
Bro, if a monster attacks you, you gain that amount of life points.
yes, but the minute that monster attacks, if it's directly, you immediately lose that amount of life points
Yeah.
as well.
So it's
So it
just,
affects-
Which is why
does
the
no
trap
damage.
card Draining Shield was better. It
Oh, yeah.
negates that monster's attack, and you gain the health.
yeah, and guess which
Yeah, I was
one's
always a fan of
rarer and
Nutrient
more
C.
expensive? Thank you.
Bro, do you think people play trap cards nowadays?
Probably not. It's like Gen 6 or
they-
something. I dropped off at
the
Gen 3.
the most powerful trap card can be played from the hand and reset, and it's $40.
Fuck that.
Jesus.
Oh, come on, everybody goes for those turn 0 wins nowadays, and you know it.
Yeah, I hate that shit. So
No,
yes,
fucking hand traps. Hand traps are the worst thing that ever happened to Yu-Gi-Oh! No one can change my mind.
I don't disagree. And so, continue on, I believe, is now... the first creature attempts to... Wait, no, yeah, let's see this damage.
Well, he got
yeah.
that's 18 piercing and then 16 radiant. So
How do you do this,
I'm guessing
bro?
that he doesn't
This
survive.
is so gross!
It is! No, you kill it by 2. How did you do this? As it comes in with its 2 javelins, and tries to, with the very thorax you pierce twice, tries to sting Naleek in the face.
So it's tearing in towards Naleek, and Crantor just from nowhere just swings the axe right through it, and full anime like sweep.
That upwards
Where you see the silhouette, and it
Yes,
just
exactly.
slowly falls apart.
Exactly.
I want to imagine that you cut it so clean that the 2 pieces flew on opposite sides of Naleek. Like
And then
past
as
him.
the pieces fall to the floor, they just start disintegrating with radiant light.
Exactly.
Note that it is act for flavor. I'm going to put it over there as it dies.
Yeah.
But notice, it's a corpse.
It's a corpse.
Really?
Arudim, mine!
It's just a fiend. It is not a devil or a demon.
It's not a humanoid, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's how that works or not, but we'll look into that after this fight.
Skillabug! I'm gonna eat
No.
it!
Cassius is just growling in an accursed specter.
The second one was just coming in as the first one got murked and then stopped for a second, and then ultimately continued forward because it wouldn't have had it does not have the rationale to just completely change target. So it's gonna swoop in on Naleek. It's also going to make that sting attempt. Naleek's still kind of taken aback by the fact that the other thing was literally 2-piece. That sting is not going to do nothing. The one diving in on Naleek, who is now much more aware, will step back just once, and the creature is going to plunge its sting directly into the gravel and desperately pull out of the ground and spin around with one of its talons, which you can see now is very sharp, as it attempts to slice right through him. But that's another 30 on the die. So, motherfucker got two
If I had
10s back
Vicious
to back.
Mockery, this would be hilarious.
He is literally like, it misses with 2 10s, and that's going to be its turn. And now we're going to come up to Naleek.
I think it's Tazad's turn.
Huh?
Oh, Naleek, that's right. He gets to have some fun.
Yeah, Naleek rolled a 2 on his initiative.
Oh, poor guy.
No modifier.
Oh, Naleek, no. My child.
He is the bean.
Oh shit, he's got like a lot of spell slots. Fuck it. Oh my god. I feel so ashamed. Here I am getting on everybody about being their characters. And look at my ass. My
Yeah,
white-
be Deven.
Yeah, Advy, Deven, how dare you play as yourself.
The ultimate power fantasy.
There it is. Gonna cast Blight on this motherfucker right in front of him. He's going to hold out his hand after he tried swinging with the sword talon, just ducks the talon and then looks back up and just like, wow, you're a far cry from Naranius, and puts his hand out to it, sets it on him, and the creature is going to be completely encased in necrotic energy as it's almost entirely engulfed. It does not have advantage on its shit. Oh, but that's actually kind of a good save.
Yeah, but even on a successful save, it's still a
It
lot.
just fails! It just fails!
Wow.
Love that.
This is just so great.
Love to see it.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna do this to save myself the trouble of gathering dice, as much as I want to see it. 30! So the necrosis wreathes and wreathes around it. It continues to wreathe, and you hear the crackling of the bug, and then the crackling stops, and then the necrotic energy disappears, and there is no remains. So we move back up to Tozad.
Smiles. Just well done, Naleek.
And so we move over to Tozad, the guard. If you could see his eyebrows.
Be one grunter in this party, all right?
Wow.
It was
Somebody's feeling a little bit encroached upon.
It was more. It was more of a. Okay, fine. It was a grunt. We move on to Arudim once again. In a matter of moments, Crantor and Naleek have pieced these motherfuckers up as they both tried to dive on Naleek.
You know, I would say I feel sorry for them, but they kind of look delicious, so...
Well, that one ain't delicious no more.
Nobody fucks with Crantor's boyfriend.
Yeah, the dust is still...
Crantor blushes hard.
Naleek's just like, what? He looks
He's gonna... I return that sentiment. I'm gonna run all the way here. Can I make a perception check to try and hear it in there?
No, we'll go with your passive. You can tell that the buzzing is no longer in that dust. It's already kind of started to sprawl. Chances are this creature is behind this dust cloud.
Okay, I've got a lot of movement left. I've got 20 feet of movement left, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Boom! Behind the dust cloud. Aha!
Aha! And sure as shit as you do that, 25 feet in the air, you see creature buzzing about. It almost looks down over to you. You hear Metal Gear Solid.
The exclamation point.
Oh no! And so, because you've used your cunning action, you're able to shoot your shit.
Why don't you come down, little butterfly? Let me tear off your wings. I hold up both of my hands and strings of necrotic energy bolt from my fingertips.
Yeah, I want to clarify that this ability essentially states that without the use of your action, you can do this necrotic bolt so long as you use your cunning action.
But it takes an action to do it.
Oh, it does? Okay, I thought it didn't, and I was like, that's horrible.
If it didn't, it would be broken as hell.
Pop it in the chat, because the thing about it is, it just does your sneak attack.
I can make a ranged spell attack against a creature.
Yeah. Yes.
Which normally would require me...
It says immediately after you use your cunning action. It does not state anywhere that you need to use your action to do so. It says provided you haven't used your sneak attack. Essentially what it's trying to say is the sneak attack that would be added onto an attack of your choice is instead used as an isolated attack. Hardened, essentially.
Well, everybody, Arudim just got a lot more broken.
I mean, he has essentially one more... You can make one more regular attack, and your sneak attack can't apply to it. But yes,
right, but that's the whole point of this.
Yes, exactly. It's
Holy crap, wow. Okay.
I always wondered about that. I'm like, you know what? It's a cool feature, but it really does kind of detract from what sneak attack was supposed to do, and that was supposed to add on damage. But now that I realize that, that makes much more sense. So yeah, you have that.
Alright, let's see if I hit it. 13 plus 9, 22 to hit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
In Infernal, I'm going to say to it, the bell tolls for everyone, including you. And I'm going to roll my necrotic damage. Ooh, okay. Okay, 26 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, you can tell, this blasts it and almost mimicking the first time you did it. You see part of its thorax rot and cave in, several of its arms rot and essentially turn into dust as it just withers away. You could tell that this creature was trying to turn around and run away from you as you hit it with this blast.
I guess as an action, then, I cast Toll of the Dead.
That's right! That's how this is broken!
Make a wisdom saving throw, you big buzzing buzzard!
Oh, wow. Actually, that kind of...
Oh, fuck.
It's a 17 plus 3, 20.
Fuck!
It doesn't even have an advantage like doubles do. Stupid.
Fuck!
Okay, no, it doesn't get got. Should have flipped.
Well, that sucks. Oh, well.
I believe.
Yep, that's everything I can do.
Alright, Crantor.
Actually, wait, sorry. Okay. Free action. I'm just gonna yell to the others. Hey, he's behind the cloud, let's get it!
I wasn't ready for the desperate viciousness. Let's get it. Okay, so
Artem's kind of hungry.
yeah, Crantor.
And by that, I mean he can't feel hunger, but he low-key just wants to try eating it.
Bug steaks for dinner tonight.
Yeah, Crantor. You're here. That's what it sounded like in your head right about now.
Crantor here. Is the cloud still there? We can't see through it, correct?
Yes, the cloud is
Okay.
dissipating heavily, but yeah, you can't. Actually, you know what?
Gotcha.
From your angle, you can probably just see it buzzing over the slight cloud.
Well, in that case, right?
Yeah, I will count it as half cover to be nice.
All right. Well, and that means I can't do the cool thing. Oh well.
You can't. Well, if you can see.
No, it's okay. Crantor will.
By the way, I found what
move
these
to-
things sound like.
Move there, move there.
Just linked
Oh.
the YouTube
Perfect.
video.
Wait, hold on. I'll play it out loud for the stream. Here it is. Yeah. Actually, you know what? This is what the thing that you killed, that was the thing that was fighting the devil, that's what that sounded like. But, like,
Oh, the abyssal bug?
yeah, but like 30 times louder.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, but like, it was like mentally poisonous. That's how bad it is. Oh, wow, with the my boy with the sprints went around the rocks, around the dust.
It was straight through. Oh yeah, no, I didn't see that. The rocks were difficult terrain. Got it.
No, it's
Okay,
worse. You can technically move through Cassius' space. Hold on, let's just double check here.
Perfect.
We'll still
To leap
stay.
over Cassius yet again.
Why is that site always so majestic?
Because Crantor doesn't wear pants.
That would explain it.
Yeah.
Head desk, head
Oh.
desk, head desk.
All of a sudden, my hips hurt.
Whoa.
Do they lie?
So Crantor,
All right.
turn. You do.
Crantor is going to lop off his own Toll the Dead
Yes!
Oy, boy.
at him.
Alrighty, let's hit it up. Okay, let's see if it passes this one. It's a higher DC. No, it's not. It's a 17, bud. 14 plus 3.
God damn it!
This creature don't fuck with no bells.
All right. Well, in that case, that's my action. Just look really annoyed and end my turn.
And so we come over to Cassius and Lad.
If I were to stop right here, would I be able to see it?
Finally clicked it. There you go.
Okay.
Deleting that. But yes, you can see it from your perspective. This rock is only roughly 15 feet high. This creature is now clearly visible to you as the dust is pretty much settling. Crantor running by kind of just whiffed it and broke it apart in any way that obscures your opponent, your enemy.
So if I've got clear line of sight on him, this is how Cass is gonna do it. He's gonna take one step. Motherfucking bugs! One blast. As a 15 to hit. I'm assuming if a 17 didn't, that a 15 will.
It misses as this creature has already begun to turn around and fly away from Arudim and Crantor.
Coming up on me while I'm trying to take it easy. That is a 26 to hit.
I think that one hits. Damage, please.
That is 8 damage.
How do you do this?
He continues to walk forward, fires a third blast. All
And it's
three of
your
them.
carcass.
I don't fucking care at this point. It's taking the full brunt. Try to take it easy. Tired as it is. Fires a third blast.
As it's falling down, and you just boom it, and it blasts it into pieces as it's several pieces of its shell scatter. Yeah, you guys saw some extra oomph behind those blasts from Cassius. You could tell that Cassius wasn't even trying to dismantle. Like, Cassius was clearly trying to get to blow some steam off, but blew off a little too much steam and made literal charcoal out of these things.
Well, if there's anything left of that one, I think we got dinner.
Alex like, well, there's this one.
Fair point, mate.
I'm just saying, the meat's
His-
probably intact.
Cassius will take his brother's longsword and sling it over his back, and his packed weapon, starting from the blade, will slowly just fade away as he turns around and walks back. I need a minute, mate. You know what, maybe an hour? Can I get an hour?
I think it's just best we, go to sleep. In all honesty, that's probably in our best interest. But yes, you made relatively quick work of these hell wasps, and your guide flies back up to you and is like, "You ready to continue now?"
Give me an hour, mate. I appreciate
Well, it
you.
depends on the others. Honestly, I could keep going, but you know how I am already. I think it would be best if all of you took a nap. A long one.
Crantor grunts.
No, he's like, no, we're not playing this game again, bud. He walks over, he kicks a rock over kind of on its side, he just pops a squat on it, sticks his claymore in between his legs. I got first watch. He starts looking around, nod at you guys.
Arudim just simply crosses his arms and says, "You'll have to fall asleep eventually."
Yep, after
I
my
don't
watch
have
is
to.
done.
Looks to Crantor, looks to Castor, or Cassius, sorry.
Castor isn't in this campaign. Castor is in Paradigm Shift. And also Castor is the player of Cassius.
Shut up!
Hehe.
A lot of C's!
It really is.
Okay.
To be perfectly
Looks
honest,
to
I'll be good after
compatriots
an hour.
as if like, uh-huh.
Cassius will say an infernal, and Arudim, if you can still understand it,
Which I can.
he'll look at this guy and say, "Listen, after an hour, I'm good." It looks like Arudim's good to go at any minute. Again, I don't think I've ever seen this boy winded. These two, though, they're gonna need a little while.
Oh wow, this music actually got much more joyous than I realized it was going to be.
Well, this is a cool beat for a rest to me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is I wanted to clarify to you guys that you guys were traveling like 5 to 6 hours before you fought the Aranyas. You guys are pushing that 8th hour.
Yeah.
I believe a long rest is due for the party.
Yeah. Naleek's like, no, I got first watch. You guys aren't changing my mind.
Anybody got a sleep spell? He says an infernal.
Crantor does not understand infernal.
1 second.
No. He says an infernal first. Then he goes up to Crantor and he whispers, "You got a sleep spell?"
Crantor just shakes his head and grunts.
Just snaps his finger. "Well darn, I guess we're going to have to let him take the first watch. Oh no, how sad. Deplorable.
I'm tapped, mate. I got nothing.
By all means, lay down. Kick your feet up and enjoy yourself."
Crantor will lay back against the rock, the nearest rock he can find, and just close his eyes.
Okay, so then, yeah, I guess for brevity's sake, you guys are gonna pop down and get your sleeps.
Yeah, Cassius just kind of finds a nice open area. He's gonna plop his pouch down, kind of sit down next to it. He's gonna pull out the flask, and you notice he's looking at it a little concernedly. But
Arudim's gonna walk up to him, and he's going to say, I had a pet rabbit when I was a boy.
Oh yeah, mate.
It was
What
the first
his name?
living thing that approached me willingly, before even people did when I was younger.
Yeah, I know how that feels. More recently than anything. Cassius just reaches up and taps his horns.
I can see. I know we all gave you flack for bringing the creature with you, but I can understand a sentimental attachment to such creatures. Even after all of my unlife, as it were, or reincarnated existence, it is sometimes hard for me to truly treasure a bond, because I don't know when it will end, or when I will forget it. I appreciate you and Crantor and Naleek. Your camaraderie has been refreshing.
I appreciate
Sleep
that.
well.
mate.
And he just walks away.
It was a good attempt, and well, yeah, it was a good attempt.
Arudim is going to use some of the rubble from the exploded magma rock, and he's going to cover himself and camouflage himself using some of the rocks and go into his stasis. But as soon as 4 hours are up and he's able to count that as a long rest, he's going to get up and tell Naleek to go to sleep.
There's gonna be no need. Because about 2 hours worth of time's gonna pass, and it'll go to wake you up, Cassius. You'll feel nudge, and Mike's like, hey, time.
Hey,
It's your turn.
hi, mate.
I just want to let you know something. And all of a sudden, you start hearing like this very distant and echoing in multitudes a moan. Just moans, just groans of pain and sorrow. You can tell that this is very distant, but very abundant. And Alex's like, yeah, that's kind of been happening for the last hour or so.
Noted, mate. You seen anything?
No. I've been looking around for movements of troop. I've even kind of gone a little bit out from this campsite, honestly, out of the comfort zone, and wasn't seeing any movement, troops or anything, but there is some dust kicking up. We are coming back in, like, desertous areas.
Right, I'll keep that in mind. You
Alright.
get yourself some rest, mate.
I will, and, let Crantor sleep.
That sounds fair.
It's turn for a full night. It's not Cassius. And Naleek goes to kind of crash, removes a few pieces of his armor, not anything crazy, just like the gauntlets and stuff, so he can rest a little easier, and it is your watch. Aside from the moaning, groaning of sorrow and agony, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Cassius will spend like the first 20 minutes just kind of trying to pinpoint in which direction it's coming from and focusing on that.
You'll notice that it's coming from behind you, but a little bit to the left when you turn in that direction. So essentially, when you turn behind you, you realize you're facing the Styx, which is where you came from. And likely somewhere down the Styx, to your left, is where this mass of agony is occurring.
Oh dear. That's either the river or people being thrown into the river. So, the river. And my perception is an 18.
18 perception is going to... Oh, this is great. You got the second watch. So, yeah, this 18 perception is going to notice you. You're kind of zoning out these moans and groans of agony as time goes on. You're kind of getting lost in the fireballs shooting across the sky. The occasional one that deceives you into thinking it's closer to one isn't looking so deceiving. Isn't looking so deceiving at all. In fact, that's coming for you. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. Everyone who is currently asleep or incapacitated automatically fails the save.
Hang on. So he notices one of the fireballs is coming at him?
Oh, yeah. You have one reaction.
Cassius casts Thaumaturgy.
What is that?
And Echo, and I will link it.
I'm going to tell you, you will not have time to wake everyone up.
Even if I am able to see and hear?
Yes, because you're still incapacitated.
Booms.
You're in stasis.
My voice booms.
Otherwise, that would be, bro. But like, yes. It may wake...
The thaumaturgy causes his voice to boom up to 3 times as loud, and he just shouts as loud as he can. Get up!
I believe it is revived nature.
You take a long rest, you must spend at least 4 hours in an inactive, motionless state. Yeah, so inactive and motionless implies incapacitated. So while you can see and hear things, that's...
I remain semi-conscious and I can hear as normal.
Yes, incapacitated doesn't imply unconscious. Incapacitated is essentially, like, you cannot move of your own will. You have to exit.
Damn.
Yes, so...
Think voluntarily paralyzed.
I mean, I guess the best I can do is just give
No. It's fine. It's like if this was supposed to happen.
Yeah,
because
that's the So I appreciate the effort trying to make something change, but the thing is, like, it's not so much like I'm trying to railroad it. It's that there wouldn't be time to react to it. I mean, if
it's just done for flavor, it's just done for flavor, and that is totally okay.
What kind of save is it?
Dexterity.
Do I have disadvantage as well?
No.
Oh, god damn it.
Disadvantage, so that's a 12.
It can't
And
be
that's
worse
a
than
natural
mine.
1!
Hey, natural 1, bros!
Hey!
Crantor?
Oh, I thought I automatically failed the save
Well,
since I was asleep.
no, you were woken up by by Cassius.
Oh, gotcha. 1 sec. Dex save, right?
Yes.
Roll a nat 1. Roll a nat 1.
I rolled
Come
double
on.
nat 1.
What? So it's just like the universe saying this, like this was meant to happen.
Yes!
Yeah, we told you. What did I just say?
Well, it just didn't feel right. I never want to just outright just pull the rug from underneath the player.
I mean, that's fair, because some people will get pissy about it, but hey, man, this is Avernus. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Hey, guys in the comments, let us know if this to you is an okay thing to do, given the circumstances of us being in Avernus, and we've seen this a lot.
Yeah, so yeah,
it's not completely out of the blue. You good? Fam, you good?
I mean, to be fair, it was a DC 22 save.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Well then.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh fuck.
So 1 second.
Okay, so since we all nat 1, we all take double damage, right?
No, you really.
We insta die, right?
Well, I mean, with Crantor's double nat ones, I assume he's just completely gone, eviscerated.
All right. We get what we get? 6. So yes, I believe the only person who isn't immune to fire is Arudim.
I am not. I am resistant due to the ring, but I am not immune.
All right, so sweet. You only take 20 points of fire damage as this massive fireball, roughly 40 feet in span, crashes down in the center of this campsite, engulfing everyone, blowing them back out of their way. Anything
Is there any physical damage, or is it all fire damage?
It is all fire damage.
Okay, cool. Because I didn't see this coming, I can't even use cunning. I can't use
Uncanny dodge. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, darn it! That would have been good too. Uncanny dodge. Well, actually, then again, uncanny dodge I think is just specifically for melee.
I believe it's no. It's specifically meant for area.
Oh, it's whenever an attack and I can see the attacker hits me.
Yes, you're thinking of evasion, which yes, evasion would help with this.
Right. If I had made the save, I would have taken no damage anyway.
Wait, that's right. You failed it, so you only take half, which is half of 20. So you only take 10.
That's right, because I have evasion.
Almost forgot the rogue monk thing. So yeah, there you go.
So I only take 10 damage. Cool.
Yeah, everyone else is just like breathing in flames. The most damage is anything that is non-magical and not on your person was incinerated.
Anything non-magical
and not on your person. So anything that you removed. But no one specified that they removed anything from their person, except for Naleek, who only removed the gauntlets and other pieces of his magical immune to fire armor. So
I mean, Cassius set his pack down when he went to sleep, but I imagine he picked it back up for watch.
Yeah, so then you're set.
And plus, don't worry, your hamster is alive because it's in the thing and it's magical.
Yeah, that flask ain't dying. The flask ain't dead. That's for true. The devil is just like, Zariel.
You just see Arudim.
The fire just kind of goes, you just hear Cassius finish. Get up. Fuck.
Arudim laughing like a maniac as he's being sent through the sky.
Well, I'm glad he's happy.
Meanwhile, you just...
can I just do a thing just because it was only 10 damage?
Absolutely.
I want to land on my feet. Yeah, he wants to look around and he's like, where'd it come from? Can I fight it?
Cassius is just sitting there pointing up.
You see the remnant.
He looks up at the sky and he says, next time give it your A game, sluts! And he just howls into the wind, just
Cassius, you notice Tozod, his jaw is agape, which is the most expression you've seen out of this devil since you've met them.
Like, is he agape at me?
Yes. Roll an just Cassius, roll an insight check on Tozod.
Not my best ability, but sure.
With advantage, because this should be pretty
well,
clear.
I'm not going to need to, because the first one's a nat 20.
Oh, well then, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no, you can clearly tell. Tozod, just was mumbling under his breath, kind of bitching out Zariel. Fuck you for the fireballs. But hearing Arudim just so brazenly insult Zariel, screaming up to her sky like that, he's astonished, oh my god, what wrath are you trying to bring upon yourself, you foolish mortal?
Right, I forgot you're not used to that. He does that all the time, mate.
So he has a death wish. Infernal, of course.
He's not wrong.
Cassie's just like, I don't think you're wrong, mate. But to be perfectly honest, I've yet to see anything that's even posed a threat to him.
Literally, I've only
So I think it might take Zariel herself to do it.
So yes, that is, I will say for brevity's sake, because we're kind of past where I wanted to be at the point of the session, is The rest of the cycle of rest is completed. Cassius, you complete your rest. The moaning eventually dies out, just in time for you to awake Arudim for his shift, which is going to be the rest of the watch. And Arudim, I'll say no check needed. You, aside from the fireballs, just kind of messing with you. And you know what, for funsies, would Arudim say anything to the sky?
I mean, besides what he already said?
Yes, during his watch, would he say anything? During these 4 hours he's watching over the party.
That's a good question. You know what? He actually would. In Infernal, he would say, sorry about that, that's just an adrenaline thing. Whenever I have the prospect of possibly dying or feeling pain, it really excites me and makes me feel like a person again.
This wasn't what I... You notice, almost momentarily after, one of the fireballs start to awkwardly descend, almost as if it lost its trajectory, and just starts falling out of the sky.
Towards me?
Towards your general vicinity, yes.
He just looks up. He just looks up at the sky. You know, apology probably wasn't much, but that's fair.
Dex save?
That's fair. What's that?
Dex save, regular, just for you.
Can I not wake up everybody again?
Oh no, the explosion is going to definitely wake everyone up. A fireball exploding just about 10-20 feet from them all is going to wake them up, but they won't be getting hit by it this time because I imagine you keep a bit of a distance.
Yell over to them like, "Hey, sorry about that again, guys," and then just boom.
So yeah.
Is it disadvantage or just regular?
Regular.
It's gonna be a 26 dexterity
You
save.
pass! You pass!
Sidestep it.
I like to think he just stands there, it crashes, and it hits everywhere but him.
It lands right on top of you, and there's just a single section of ground in the center that is unscathed. It's the part that you're standing on. The fire remaining is in the form of a smile.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn.
Did she like me? Does she like me?
I'm not calling you grandpa,
Can I
mate.
incite the meteor message of a smiley face?
It's time for the emoji.
I'll actually say...
Can I finger gun the sky and wink like, hey?
You can, but if you're going to roll a check on this, it's going to be an Arcana check.
Cool. I can do that.
You just
In
hear
fact, since I
Cassius
finished a
in his
rest... Hold on. Since I finished a rest... fuck deception. Go for Arcana.
Wait, deception is one of your set ones.
Which one's one of my set ones?
Deception is one of your permanent ones.
Oh, which one did I do? Persuasion as my non-set one?
I'm gonna go double check really quick.
Insight. Where is insight? Okay, so I'll uncheck insight and I'll go to Arcana. There we go.
Gotta keep that in mind.
My bad. Since I already took my rest, I no longer speak Infernal.
I know, but for flavor's sake, I let it be earlier with the one line.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But
Okay,
yes,
so the Arcana check is going to be a 17. 17 Arcana.
Alrighty. This is an omen.
What kind of omen?
The only kind of omen an archdevil can possibly bring. That is it.
Look, you need to be specific with me. I'm dense.
You got a 17 on this check. That's all you got.
So you just
Okay, so
hear
it's an ill
Cassius-
omen. Got it.
Yes, it's an ill omen from an archmage. That is not archmage.
Well,
no,
God damn it! Don't send
devil.
a smiley face.
Oh, the smiley face wasn't because you'll be happy with the results. That much you can
just hear
tell.
Cassius, I am not calling you grandpa, mate. Don't even try.
Everyone's waking up to this. You guys just see remnant fire surrounding Arudim on what is essentially a single lone rock he's standing on and a crater surrounding it.
He just looks up at the sky.
And now, everybody, roll me wisdom saving throws, except for Arudim.
Yep.
I would like to specify once again, Crantor, yours is with advantage.
That's gonna be a 7.
Yeah!
All right.
hear-
I would like you to
Cassius.
I would like you to check your Discord DMs.
I'm so nervous about this.
I have homework.
All right. I sent you what I could. The rest I'm leaving up to you and your roleplay. All right. So yeah, as everyone wakes up, of course, the lad is going to drop a spell slot. on that good berry. And I do believe that that's going to be... Wait, Gust of Wind, no, that's a domain spell. Shatter domain spell. He wouldn't use those. Spiritual weapon, he'd probably use that. Zone of Truth, he doesn't need it right now. Wait, you know what? Naleek, you stupid motherfucker, always overthinking shit. He's gonna keep the spell on. Yeah, Naleek used good berry. Everyone can eat one of his flesh berries if y'all want. And Arudim, you don't need to.
He's eating Naleek's flesh.
It's an actual berry. It's magical. It tastes like a berry. It looks like a berry. It is a berry. It just grew out of his flesh and then formed into one.
Arudim just kind of looks at it, and he's just like, you know what? I've had worse.
I mean, really the whole point of it is to avoid the need to eat for the rest of the day.
Right, I don't need to. I get it.
The lad brings up a fair point, mate.
All right, and then one last thing
Just
from...
take one.
One last thing from rest, everyone needs to roll hit die if you're going to. You guys regain 6 hit die.
Does that count for the meteor?
Yes, that damage is taken out. You can heal from that if you want, or you can just take the burn.
Cool. You know what? I'm gonna spend a hit die. Fuck it.
All right.
D8.
Now,
Where's
do
my
we
D8?
regain the hit? I always forget. Do we regain the hit die before or after we use them?
Before. You guys do... I'm going to trust you guys to do that as I carry us through the next scene, getting us going.
So this was considered a long rest, right?
Yes.
Cool. I get all my spells back from my ability.
I'm going to go check your...
All my plane strikes.
Can you drop your All from the Grave or whatever the ability is that you have that allows you to burn things from corpses? I want to see...
Yes, it is connect with the dead, and I need a humanoid corpse, unfortunately.
Oh,
apparently.
okay.
Well, actually, according to this, I can cast the Speak with Dead spell. So whatever the Speak with Dead spell says is what I need. So according
You
to
can create
spells...
a link with a spirit through their corpse. When you do so, you cast the Speak with Dead spell without using... Speaking with the dead in this way temporarily gives you capability from past... Okay, so you'd have to be able to speak with them, and speak with dead means you have to target a humanoid creature?
Speak with Dead says that I grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of a choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. It says I can do it to any corpse.
Then you're good. And yes,
Shit.
its spirit raises up from its corpse. You see the spirit essence of this creature, and it's like, my last meal. You hear it infernal, which you can understand because of this spirit, I'll say.
Was it worth it? That's me laughing. That's Arudim asking a legitimate question because he finds this thing, you know. He actually finds it fascinating to talk about last meals with ghosts.
I do not understand. Because the way the Speak the Dead work, they cannot process questions that allow the passage of time, so you can't ask it questions about its post-death. You essentially can't taunt it about how you killed it.
Damn.
Well, you could, but it wouldn't understand, so it kind of takes the fun out of it.
Damn it. Okay. Okay, so...
You can just forego talking to it if you want. I'm just giving you the option
I'm
because
gonna
it's
ask
funny.
2 more questions.
Go for it.
Where did you live?
I lived in my tribe's hive. Oh, shit. How do bug civilizations work? I know that these things, for brevity's sake, because they can't convey it in bug talk.
Point me in the direction!
It clarifies that from the direction that the fireballs come from, its hive resides, not too far from the Styx.
Ah, okay. Next question. What do you hate most of all?
I was going to say, having to eat devil flesh is the last resort of meals.
Note to self, don't use Cassius as bait, he says to himself. Alright, so technically I wasted the first question, but those are the other 2.
Yeah. I believe it's 5
okay.
questions. Or...
So, question, what saving throws did it have? What languages did it know? Or what skill did it have?
Does it allow you to know these things beforehand?
It allows me to pick... Or, well, no.
It says it rolls a dice.
I kind of wanted to do it for flavor, but I can choose anything. I'm gonna choose to relearn Infernal.
Okay.
Just for the sake of it being kind of relevant, and it's been pretty good with us so far. So I will absorb the soul, basically, and be able to speak Infernal again clearly. And he goes, and in Infernal, he goes, whew, okay, much better.
Once again, you see this half-orc speaking your native tongue, Cassius. And in a different kind of way, you feel like Arudim's much more trustworthy again. This is how much he fits in with you.
I mean, he's never given me a reason to hate him.
Okay. Arudim's gonna go over to the group. I hope you all slept well, because I believe today's the day we take down Knucklebone.
Yeah, so you guys, oh, this is gonna be fun. Aside from that, you guys just kind of continue on about the place. This is gonna be fun. You guys are walking for about a half hour or so, and Arudim, in your head, you're gonna all of a sudden hear, having trouble jumping planes. Can't find any artifacts in the Nine Hells. Theo's plane jumping Pandemonium Emporium has all the plane jumping tools you need.
What the fuck?
You
he
heard
just
this
looks around, he's like, who the fuck is?
You heard that in Infernal. It's like,
In his head.
Yeah. Like,
Is he the only one that heard it?
yes. Now he's like, what?
He just looks around, he's like, well, if you're gonna pitch a business to me, at least have the balls to look me in the eyes. He just looks around.
What you on about, mate?
He just whispers under his breath in Infernal that exact thing. Just, if you're gonna sell me something, tell it to my face, you ass.
Can I make a perception check to hear him whisper that?
I'll just say you go ahead and hear me whisper that.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Passive perception and all that. It wasn't really the whisper, just kind of said under his breath, I guess.
What the fuck?
No, like, you okay?
Fuck you on about,
Crantor
mate?
just raised his eyebrow at her, or him.
He keeps looking around. Was that one of you pulling a prank?
I'm gonna ask you again. The fuck you on about, mate?
No, like,
A
goes,
voice inside of my head was making an advertisement for a business I see nowhere of.
A voice in your head, mate.
In Infernal, I might add.
Cassius looks immediately to Tozod.
yeah.
Was that you?
Huh?
You talking to him in his head?
No, we have not arrived yet. And then he turns back around and continues traveling forward.
Motherfucker.
I'm thoroughly confused, but I've got things to do. We have a Rakshasa to kill.
Artem's gonna look around and he's gonna say, I'm interested in buying. Show me your emporium in Infernal.
You say that out loud?
Yes, he's just gonna look around like,
Once again, you're going to hear a voice in your head, but it's going to be a much less enthusiastic, and this time it's going to be Infernal in an accent. It's going to be...
oh god damn it.
Hello, Theo's Plane Jumping Pandemonium Emporium. We have all the plane jumping tools you need. What can I get you?
Hi, I'm Laura.
Tearing up his
Fucking
throat
hell.
for the bit.
I hate my throat. Anyway, he stops and he holds up his hands, like waving them at the guys, like pointing to his head. It's happening again.
Yes, just like,
Thinking and saying this in Infernal, he says, hello, yes, me and my compatriots are very interested in shopping your wares. Where can we do that?
why, here in Pandemonium, of course. All you have to do is make a quick
fucking
jump
plane
for a
of
low
Pandemonium?
price of 4,999 gold, and we can get you hooked on up with some sort of plane jumping device.
Bitch, I am
Trophies.
poor. Oh yeah, sure, make a quick jaunt over there. I have 9 gold pieces.
You hear
I just looked at everybody else.
You say when you say you have 9 gold pieces, or when you think you have 9 gold pieces, you hear a dial tone in your head about the length of 25 words.
Oh my god.
He just like, you know what? If I were running a business, that's fair. But why me? He gestures to like Avernus in general. Why me? Why not them? I lead an orc tribe. Think I'm rich.
And so you guys continue on as Arudim perplexed. A few minutes later, Arudim, once again in your head, is like, are you tired of dying? More importantly, tired of dying and your friends not reviving you? You need life insurance.
Oh my god! Every D&D party that's like, well, if Derek just played a cleric.
Derek the cleric!
Fuck you. Yeah, see, then it's just like, fuck you, I'm playing a war cleric, and I didn't want to take Revivify. You always take Revivify, Derek!
Did you say that out loud?
Yes, I say each of these out loud in common. Are you tired of dying? Well, yeah, I'd like to remember each of the times I did. Are you tired of your friends not reviving you? I don't remember if I had friends. If they didn't revive me, I'd be pretty sad about that.
Wait, what the hell, mate? I thought we was friends.
Tiny tear goes down Crantor's face.
No, like, he doesn't remember having friends in a past life, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it's too late, bud.
You can insight me. You can insight me.
No, I think.
Yes, I will.
Oh my god.
Crantor will
No,
too.
guys, I gotta say.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Insight me. Because you might actually learn something very touching.
Very well.
It's gonna be a 25 insight.
Oh, goddamn. I rolled a 10.
Oh, jeez. Cassius, you're pretty sure he's talking about his past lives, but you're still a little hurt. Crantor, you can tell he's 100% talking about his past lives and has nothing to do with this life, and you can kind of tell he very much considers you guys friends, even though he really doesn't want to admit that because he sees that as a weakness. He really does care about you guys.
Knowing that, Crantor will just look at him and just squinting, slight nod.
What did I say? I zoned out. What did I say? He just looks at you. What did I say? Huh? Wait, hold on. There's another ad incoming.
Hate these native ads.
Who do I call? What's the toll-free number? What's the sending stone number?
Oh, you're really responding? No, I'll say the time has passed.
I guess?
No, I'll say the time has passed.
Cool. Great. I love how I am subject to this and not the people with possible money.
Look, all I'm saying is that the people with sketchy search history get all the spam calls. Eyebrow raise.
Does that imply in a past life Arudim used telepathy for lewd purposes?
Yes. That is what that implies.
God damn it, he knew he was a perv and he hated him.
Alright, so moving on with the actual session, because, oh man.
That's a past life he's going to wish out of existence when he becomes a god.
Oh. Moving. Yes, no, I'm glad I was able to include those moments. I looked into things last second. I'm like, oh, there's no way we can't do this. It's literally just the multiverse
Can you
equivalent.
please tell me if Billy Mays has a tiefling form here?
Oh my god. This Jamma guy in a
Hi,
tiefling.
Phil Swift. Hi, Billy Mays here. Hi, I'm Johnny Starr.
Yeah, no, they don't have a devil form. It's just them.
I knew it.
That is their devil form.
Okay,
so
so
much sense.
Crantor, when you were on Celestia, did you see Mr. Rogers or Bob Ross? Anyway, Arudim just like, again, he just keeps looking around and he's like, he feels his head. Is there like an antenna? Is it because he ate the bug?
It might be.
Oh no!
No.
No wonder the bugs are always buzzing. They have to take phone calls!
Okay, so like we need to get on the roads. So you guys will travel for about 2 hours worth of time, pretty much doing this chicanery before you're informed by Tozad. I see the outer perimeter of Fort Knucklebone. And he points, and you guys can see in distance, a few hundred feet, a stone brick wall lining the sand that goes for some span out in both directions. You see there are several ladders and watchtowers kind of propped up on each of them, and you can see very faintly silhouettes of creatures moving atop the wall.
So, hey buddy, he looks to the devil and speaks in Infernal, obviously.
Yeah.
The Rakshasha, do you know if he carries any items of particular value on him? Anything he keeps on him at all times, like a fancy necklace or cane?
If you don't know what the Vesnionza is about, then you're in for a rude awakening. And he just starts to fly off.
God damn it, fucking... He's just in common, god damn it!
You guys see you guys see Tozad just take off into the air and just start flying in the direction you guys came from.
I got one last question for you before you go.
Oh, he's gone. He's moving. You'd have to stop him because he's ditching you guys essentially.
He counts this as a debt paid, basically.
Yeah.
He did his job.
That's literally it. He did his job and he's going. He brought you to Fort Knucklebone. You guys see it. He leaves. You can attack him, try and stop him if you're that about asking this question.
I'm not gonna be a dick about this, considering he was sent here by somebody we saved before.
Ain't worth
We're gonna
it.
be honorable about this.
Hey, Arudim. Did we ever ask him why he killed that Aranus? Because he said that was
killed who?
So in character.
Well, you remember back when we was on the bridge, right? He kind of opened up.
Right.
He kind of opened her up so that I could kill her. He said that was a personal favor.
We never did ask him that. Probably a grudge. Many people in Avernus hold grudges.
Naleek's gonna speak up this way. He's like, devils are always trying to get ahead, and even in their own rankings.
Especially considering, as far as I'm aware, devils will become more powerful the more credibility and power they gain. So, a devil such as that being able to assist in killing something that powerful could possibly move up in the ranks.
That's exactly it. Good job. I didn't know you were so privy to devils.
I killed an Arcanoloth.
That is a fiend. It's like, oh, yep, that makes sense. They're all completely associated. No, he's not being that dickish, but he's like, oh, okay,
He
yeah,
just
they know
looks
their
at him
stuff.
and he's like, that Arcanoloth was the biggest dick in the multiverse, and I am shocked that Zariel herself didn't kill that dickwad.
It's all a matter of if he's been here to Avernus or not. Has he been?
I don't know, and I would personally not like to ask. I actually managed to kill him midway through a portal to where he was, so he's dead.
Oh, I gotta give that to you. It's kind of hard to really wipe out fiends for good. I mean, it's different because we're here killing devils on the Nine Hells, but literally in any other circumstances against devils, that would not be the case, so yeah, I gotta give it to you. Honestly, I'm surprised they're not leaving corpses. I'm starting to think that this is a bigger thing.
Perhaps. I mean, who's to say that if any devil were to come here, they wouldn't just poof and go back to a different layer of the Nine Hells, if that's where they originated.
You know what, that's a theory too, but my understanding is that when they died on the Nine Hells, they would actually leave a corpse, but they have not. So that makes me think that there's been some sort of overarching decision made by the Archdevils of this plane. Stuff that I don't want to start speculating because for all I know, I'll get their attention. So,
fair enough. I already got
Knucklebone.
Zariel's.
It's
he
right
looks
there.
up at the sky.
Naleek kind of just dismisses that. He's centering the focus like, so, Fort Knucklebone is right there. This is what we've been dealing with.
Our quarry is right in front of us.
Cassius has listened to everything that you guys have said about devils advancing, but he has not taken his eyes off of that fortress.
Arudim is going to look to you, Cassius. Did you perhaps procure the scrolls from our previous guide?
I have those.
Naleek has those.
Naleek?
Yes, the two sending
I
scrolls.
would be able to lead us through this place faster if I knew anything that the girl had on her that I could focus on. Yes, literally anything. A blanket. Little booties.
So what are you saying? You want to attempt to contact the Archmage, see if they give you some sort of info on that?
If they can give me any visual description of it, then I might be able to pinpoint it using the locate object spell I can cast via my training.
I see what you're saying.
It may not work, but at least it's worth a try, unless you don't want to waste one of the sending scrolls, which I fully understand. It's a valuable resource.
Here's the thing, right? There are two of them, which leads me to believe that something was there in case of emergency.
So do you think we would be able to afford to use one and then use the other on our way out?
That would have to be the case. If we were to use one now, then the other one would have to succeed. There would have to be no damage done to it. Otherwise, that Archmage will never know if we need to leave or not.
Well,
In that case, do you want to give one of the scrolls to me? I'm
there is
very hard
one-
to hit and very fast.
There is one other option if we do get trapped here.
Which is...
Well, at least for the three of you, there is. I kind of have a bit of a little trick I can do. Something I picked up while fighting something a bit of my own. I've learned how to banish things.
Oh ho ho.
Crantor looks impressed.
So, are you saying that you could banish us back to where we came from?
Can't guarantee where you'll end up, but you'll be back on Rieba.
Naleek's like, that's genius. But
Wouldn't you be able to banish yourself as well, since you were born on the material plane?
It's just one kick of that one, mate. It's gonna hurt like hell.
It's going to hurt.
yes, you get forced back to your plane. In a way, you are forced in an instant through the astral plane and to your home plane, specifically because we are that far away from our home plane. We're in an outer plane. If we were on the plane of fire, for example, it would be the ethereal, it probably would not be as painful, but the velocity alone is going to harm your soul.
Well, I meant more in the immediate. It's...
Right, but when has pain ever stopped any of us from doing what we need to do? Naleek, you can heal yourself, to be fair.
Yeah, I learned how to do that because I don't like pain.
On
Exactly.
the
And
downside.
me, I can tolerate it. In fact, technically speaking, I can't die.
There is just one downside to this, mate. I can only do it to 2 of us in a day. Well, I can only do it to 2 of us every hour. So,
Well,
I and one other person would need to wait behind.
Don't worry about it, I can just banish you.
And then you would have to wait behind.
No, we can banish each other at the Oh, you know, you're right.
Oh, no, wait. If you both banish each other at the same time...
Here's
Cassius
the problem,
will
guys. No, full
Cassius
shutdown on
pulls out his
the...
attack weapon.
Naleek goes full shutdown on the plan, guys. I don't have the spell prepared. I didn't think I was
Cassius
going to be
pulls out-
banishing anything. We are on the plane that they live on.
Take the girl, we contact the devil, or the Archmage, pardon my Floridian slip there. We contact our employer, we have him open a gate, we go through, things should be fine. Should disaster strike, you can banish us back. Pain is not a problem for a good portion of us.
Well, the more immediate
Let me
problem
be
is
a
this,
little-
guys. That wall.
Let me be a bit clearer on how this works. I'm gonna have to beat the ever-living shit out of you first.
What?
My banishing isn't exactly a banish spell, for instance. It's more of a... You know how I do
smite.
little smite things, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to beat the ever-living shit out of you
beat us
first.
within an inch of our life.
Yeah.
Then
And then you have to go through all of the rigors of being forced through the astral plane.
we're not doing
Man, that is hardcore.
I mean,
You know what? Here, up top, Arudim actually offers a high five to Cassius. That is hardcore.
no.
Well, when you're fighting a kitsune, you don't exactly give them an inch.
Don't take chances.
As I said, it is a last resort. It's gonna hurt like hell, but you should survive the trip.
Well, to be fair, we just found out Naleek can prepare the spell should he need to rest. So all we have to do is play a little game of survival and hide and seek.
It'll take him a full, 9-10 hours to do that?
Hey, I don't need
9-10
that much sleep.
hours. Let's see.
I mean, I could do all 4 of us in about an hour.
Right, but that's fair.
We've survived this long. Waiting isn't really a problem.
Yes, which brings me to my
That's true.
point, guys. There is that perimeter around this entire place with creatures lining that wall. That's kind of our more immediate issue, wouldn't you say? You're already ready to track down the girl, but I think we need to get in there first.
Fair point. One problem at a time. So, let's talk about it then. The first step is we need to get inside. How do we want to do this? Obviously, we shouldn't go in guns blazing because that entire fortress, while I admire all of our strengths, I don't think we'd be able to take on an entire fortress by ourselves. A battlefield with confusion that we can take advantage of? Sure. But this would be a full-on tactical assault against the 4 of us.
Here's what I want to put out here. First things first. I still have anti-life shell prepared. Worst comes to
Okay.
worst, we all gather. I cast anti-life shell. We are immune to them for 1 hour. In that 1 hour, we can contact the Archmage to appear within our anti-life... Oh, wait. Would he do that? I'm going to have to think about the logistics of the spell, but theoretically, the idea is that if worst comes to worst, we can retreat through an anti-life shell protecting us. I mean, obviously,
True,
if I can't
but
make this...
do you think he would accept us if we failed?
He put genuine stock in us, and I'd like to think that he wouldn't just leave us to die, but on the other hand, this is a high government official that we're talking about, and I've seen plenty of those leave people to die in my time.
He could easily cover up our deaths if he so wished.
Exactly, that's what I'm realizing. I've
Nothing gained, nothing lost. A few fire resistance rings and his daughter, sure. But if these individuals failed, he could find better ones. I'm just saying, and being pragmatic about this, a lot of the time, I don't trust arcane spellcasters. They lack a lot of empathy, usually.
Yeah, I can understand exactly where you're coming from. I knew this guy on my council in Mindafal named Ulrich. Very callous individual in nature, but regardless, we need to stay focused on the task at hand. And
Crantor, Cassius,
Aye, mate.
I can go ahead and do some scouting and try to make my way back to you and see if I can find an alternate entrance for the three of you. I'm sneaky, I'm fast, and I can take out anybody who sees me.
Well,
the real question is,
in mind-
what am I going to do about you guys?
here's my thing, right? As we were coming here, I was thinking about that, right? What if we just had you go in, scout out the most plausible way of us getting in? So that leads to two main courses of action, right? Either you succeed in doing so, we get in, and all's well. That isn't very likely considering how big this place might be. Or you get found out before you get back to us, and then you're taken out of the situation entirely. And now we're without our scout, we're without our extra damage, or without our green blur, if you will.
Here's the thing. A, they gotta catch him first. We should take stock of all of our abilities. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve in addition to that banishing thing that I've not let you guys know about.
We all
One
got
of the
tricks
things
up our
I-
sleeve.
Yes. One of those things is I can drop a spot of darkness. Pure magical darkness that blinds anyone that walks in. Well,
Magical
with the
dark.
exception of me. I can see in it perfectly clear.
Cassius, I need to ask you something, bud.
Aye.
If you can see in it, what makes you think other devils can't?
Which brings me to my second thing. You remember when we was fighting that one little... I'm just gonna shoot yo with a crossbow because you're all cowards and I'm gonna hide like a little bitch. Remember when we was fighting him?
The Orthron, yes?
That was not a bad idea. Although I've kind of put my own spin on it. I can pop in and out of the ethereal plane for a few minutes.
Oh, I like that. Ethereal is a spell I want to get my hands on. Ethereal,
Well,
yes.
it's more just blinking in and out, but I can literally do it at will. For a span of a few minutes, I believe. Well, a minute.
Time
Be honest.
flies when you're slaughtering your enemies.
So what
Indeed.
I was going to suggest to you guys is if we moved closer, try to get a better look at this perimeter. It looks like it's a little uphill, so we can move in easy without being noticed. It's getting actually to the perimeter and through it. Because what I was trying to get to in my long spiel was, I think the best course of action is to just try and speed run this thing.
Really?
Yes.
Well, then we're gonna need to keep... Well,
We need to get over that wall.
Find
We
a
just
point
need a
of
bum
entry,
rush.
we go in, and we blaze past everything that doesn't immediately stop us, like, dead in our track.
Yes, exactly. Nothing even says that we have to engage with Kosil directly.
right.
That's true. All we have to do is find the girl.
With that in mind, then...
Cassius, I understand you do have some personal stake in dealing with kidnappers. And again, I'd like to
Well-
reiterate, what is to stop this monster from trying to kidnap the girl again if we don't take care of him?
Let me finish, mate. I'm not necessarily... Well, I am. I'd like to kill him for my own personal vendetta, but that's beside the point. We can always protect the girl by putting her in the flask.
That's true.
Don't want to let Lucy die, though, but, God only hopes that Goodberry holds out for her. But we could do that. In addition to that, my abilities are a bit... While I do get them back fairly quickly, my resources are limited. I don't have the depths of pool that you all have, which means that if we do run in, fast as we can go, exception being you, of course, and he's just going to point to Arudim, you kind of outpace us all, mate. You're going to have to understand that I'm going to be a bit hamstrung, as it were, if we're saving ourselves for the big bad.
I understand, and I can clearly pick up that slack, my friend. Don't worry about it. All you need to do is focus on keeping your chin up, your vitality high, and your morale even higher.
Well, I don't need to worry too much about that vitality.
Good.
Ain't nothing
Then
brought me down
focus on the
yet.
morale. Crantor, you've been very quiet this entire time. I'd like to ask your opinion. Charge in, and how fast can you go?
Charging in does seem like the only option, but I also don't think that it would be a bad idea to send you in as a scout just to get an idea of what we're going to be facing in there. As for speed, I'm not as fast as you, but hold my own.
Are you faster than these two? And he gestures to Cassius and Naleek.
I'm not much of a sprinter, mate. I usually make my quarry come to me.
Crantor's definitely the second fastest here if he's not the first.
Well, then I'm the second fastest. Great.
Cool. Here's an idea. Can you carry the both of them on your back?
Can you? Says Naleek to Crantor. Very brazenly, can you?
The temperature around Crantor drops 20 degrees.
Well,
My people, it is a great insult to be ridden.
I understand, but in order to get this job done, you did that earlier, to be fair.
Out of necessity.
Yes, and this could be a necessity again. The
if?
two of them on your back are super fast. You are faster than the two of them. That way we can stay together as a group, charge in like a battering ram straight into the heart of the fortress, take the girl, and get out as fast as possible. Not to mention the added protection of having two capable spellcasting warriors on your back. I see no issue with this.
I'm looking into the logistics, and yes, Crantor, you know for a fact you'd be able to have them both on you without problem. But it's just a matter of how your tribe deems it and their
And
traditions.
Crantor, if this is a logistics problem of your moral code or your culture, allow me to ease your worries. I swear on all lives that I will ever live, and the soul and body and brain that I have right now, that I will never tell anyone, no other soul in existence.
Naleek stands up. All right. Enough of this. Okay, what the hell's going on here? And at this point, you guys, 1 second. I need to do something because this is actually a very different scene than anticipated.
Cassius
he's
just kind of looks at...
He's like, no.
Cassius just looks at Crantor and goes, listen, mate, I wonder if you can even carry me over your shoulder down in there.
And then Naleek's like, and there it is to my point. Almost as if, as soon as I try pointing it out, what's going on with you? And you too. And Naleek first pointed at Cassius and then at Arudim. You guys have been off.
What do you mean by off? I'm just trying to complete our objective as fast as possible. The sooner we get this done, the sooner I get my pay.
Arudim, you lead a tribe too. I find it hard to believe that you're just so willing.
That pay is for them.
He's gonna roll an insight check, and you can roll a persuasion check because you're not lying. But there's different weight to that.
Okay. I kind of want him to succeed, but gotta play it to the character.
Exactly.
Can Crantor do this as well? Because his suspicion is aroused as well. And
yes.
Just pointing this out.
That is
I can say you can help.
plus 10.
I can say you can help.
I can
That's
help?
a 26
Okay.
Persuasion.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
No, I get it. I wasn't meaning anything behind that.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, it's just because you're not quite getting what he's getting at, in a sense, like he's... Alright, so I'm sorry, what was your roll?
26.
It's a nat 20, with that advantage.
Yes! Okay!
Crantor, you saved the day.
Fuck! Out of character?
Yes!
Crantor's presence kind of leaning into Naleek's suspicions, as he's just like, No, okay? First day, you were all about your tribe. You're about efficiency, but you have traditions that you uphold. As for you, Castor, where's your mouthiness? Huh? Was that an act that you dropped? Or are you putting on one now?
Finally taking our objective a bit more seriously.
You guys don't understand, mate. For years, I have been hunting for any trace I could find of my lost sister, and for the first time, I am within arm's reach. The last time was when my powers awoke. I was lying bloody and beaten in an alley. And then it happened, and I slaughtered the only lead I had. So you could say I'm a little on edge.
As you're explaining this, Naleek is almost casually going into his component pouch and stuff, and he pulls out some glistening powder. It almost looks like it's made of silver and iron. And he pulls out a little vial of holy water, and he pours it into the powdered silver on his hands. He's like, all right, then we're going to make sure you do just that.
Cassius has not taken his eyes off the fortress.
And he flicks
time.
He flicks the dust over you, and
Arudim backs up immediately.
he flicks it. Yeah, no, it's just funny because he was flicking it at at Cassius first. And yeah,
which is why Arudim just goes 40 feet away.
Yes, and Cassius, just as you notice Naleek turning his head to look at Arudim clearing the way, you feel this spiritual filth exit you, as if it just melted off of your body like a layer of ice. And you realize how callous you were thinking about this situation.
Cassius will fall to his knees.
Yeah, Naleek, still looking at a now distant Arudim. What's the matter, man? It's just holy water. I was using dispel evil and good. To dispel any evil that may have been afoot.
I thought you said you could trust me.
That was until you stopped being trustworthy. So, if
what
you would
have
like
I done?
Just
I haven't stabbed you in the back. I've done everything.
I know. And that's exactly it. You're a little too compliant. You carried yourself by your own standard when we first met, but you quickly got a little too caught up in the fun to hold yourself to that very standard. And if there's anything that sticks with me, it's somebody's first impression. So, Arudim, if you would like me to trust you, I'd like you to come here, so I can cast the spell on you too. Look, and he gestures to Cassius, this isn't a jape.
He can immediately tell that there is a part of him that does not trust this, and yet there's another part that looks like it's screaming for help. He takes a moment, he recollects himself, and open palms, he takes a deep breath, and he slowly walks back towards him. His eyes are closed, he opens them, and you can see just this tiredness in his eyes that you've not seen.
Naleek. Cassius says with his hung head low, but you could see his hand is on his sword. He's not holding it as if he was about to draw it. He's gripping it incredibly tightly. Naleek, you were right, mate. This place gets to you.
Artem's going to just stand in front of Naleek about 10 feet away. He looks at him and he says, I thought I was a pretty good liar.
To be fair, you're one of the best I met. You're right up there with Carrick. And he pulls out some more dust and another vial of holy water and pours it onto his shimmering silver and iron dust. And he's like,
He walks up closer to Naleek. He's going to grab his shoulder just gently, pat it, and he's going to say, I was this close, and I'm sorry. And he just hangs his head low and waits for the spell.
You must have struggled so much. And you feel your hand be set on your shoulder, and then Naleek pulls you in for a hug, and you feel almost like an ichor oozing off of you. What was almost an entire block of ice completely dissolves in an instant, and you feel free. You remember what you're doing this for your tribe, not just for your tribe, but for their prosperity. Not for their success, but for their prosperity. And Naleek pushes you out, but you're a very strong person. And Cassius, Arudim, you guys are no longer lawful evil. Your alignments have returned to normal.
Out of character. Oh, thank God!
Just really quick, Arudim
Absolutely.
he has the exact tired expression, just a couple of tears rolling down his face and a slight smile of understanding.
So you're a good person. Let's go save kid.
Now, Crantor, still gonna say this, mate. This is more for your pride than anything. And you'll see him cross his arms, and he gets this defiant grin. And he's not trying to hide the fact that he's playing to your pride and your ego.
Oh, by all means.
You think you can carry me in there, mate? Because I don't think you can. Why don't you prove it?
You know what? I think he's
Can
right.
I assist with this? Can I assist with this by saying, you know, actually, now that that spell has taken effect, I'm seeing things so much more clearly. Crantor, I think you've lost some muscle mass. Maybe you should do this as a workout routine. You might be a bit weaker than you thought.
Oh no, I didn't want to play like this. Naleek says it's like he raises his hand over his mouth.
There's conflicting emotions with Crantor right now. On the one hand, he understands what was happening with Cassius, and he wanted to just burst out in a bellowing laugh and be like, Viking style, just like, we'll see, and then just pick him up and hoist him. But when Arudim says it, he just feels the rage.
Because Cassius is meeting him eye to eye, defiant. He is meeting him as a warrior.
Which is what Crantor responds to. And Arudim, he's responding to it. He's like, I'm going to do this fucking just to show him, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, my arms are bigger than my head.
Yo, big
His
dude.
arms are
your
bigger
workout
than me.
routine.
His arms are bigger than me. Which, by the way, Advy, there is a very particular spell that I may be taking later on. I will DM you what it is.
Oh man, it's unfortunate this okay, so
You're gonna lose your shit when I tell you.
I just want to specify something, guys. If Arudim completed one more long rest, his alignment change to lawful evil would be permanent. He would not be able to change it with anything short of a wish spell.
Yeah, that happened literally the first time we rested, guys.
Yeah, and I rolled the d4 to determine how many days until it would become permanent. He luckily landed on the 4. Cassius, you landed on 2. So two rest.
But I'm just going to say this, and I'm saying this out of character.
Yeah.
This plays into something that I've been planning with Advy for the last several days. So, out of character, I'm like, no, this is good. I like this.
Yeah, no, but...
I mean, yes, scared as all fuck, but yes, I like this.
Oh my gosh, it's just like... whew. And it's so funny, because the very first time, I almost didn't make you guys do it, but I'm like, oh yeah, that is an optional thing. I flipped open the DM book really quick, so I had you guys do the roll, and Arudim didn't pass, and I was like, oh wait, no, what have I done? Luckily, both you guys have very gray area characters already, so them becoming evil alignment didn't really derail the campaign per se, but it definitely derailed their mindsets in certain capacities.
Why do you think Arudim was reveling in all of this?
Oh yeah,
That's an inside primal thing that he presses down.
Yeah, he was giving into his full Hork heritage there. He was just like, oh, I could murder everything. The cord in him.
Oh yeah, exactly. There was no balance at this moment in time.
Oh man, but this has been a session, guys. Yeah, you guys are, I will say you guys are about 200 feet from Fort Knuckle Bone. You guys didn't quite get to the map that I prepared, but that's fine because we're so late and there'd be no reason to get into all of that. But that just means that next session is proper prepared. And I don't mean to cut this one a little short. I just think that was such a perfect character moment.
No, narratively
Story
perfect.
That is the right way to end it.
Absolutely.
I really am excited because now I can play Arudim how he was meant to be played.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I'm like, this is cool for a little bit, but we were starting to get to the point where it was really taking away from the character building.
Why do you think I
direction it was meant.
really exaggerated it this session?
Oh, and that's the thing is like that honestly played to it perfectly because the alignment was becoming more and more permanent, with this being the last day before it was. So it only made more sense that it was most prominent today before it became permanent. And yeah.
Gradual unfolding.
Yeah.
And you see, this is why I'm so happy that Naleek is such an insightful lad. Like, I knew that it was going to be Naleek in one way or another was going to figure this out. I just didn't want to shoehorn it early because DMPC thing, you know? I don't ever want him to be taking the spotlight. He's 2 levels lower than the party for that reason, like all of that other stuff.
But Naleek is a good boy.
He really is.
He really
I'm so
is.
happy since he's made the impression that it has.
I literally sent Advy a message while we were discussing this. I'm like, this feels so wrong.
Yeah, and
I
that's
should be talking shit.
And
I should be mouthy as fuck. This feels so wrong.
and
It
that's
felt really wrong to play Arudim as a psychopath instead of somebody who's calm, collected, efficient, and more of a gentleman killer.
I do want to clarify that Naleek first started having his suspicions when Arudim seemed so blasé about Koss dying, and even with Cassius, because he was a little dismissive of it too, but when Cassius expressed regret towards that, he was like, okay, you know what, maybe it was just him being a little too caught up in the warrior lifestyle, but it always kind of resided in the back of his mind. I'm like, you know what, he's an Avernian tiefling on Avernus.
The first tell I wanted to show,
Was
because Arudim would be fucking pissed that he let him die. And he is fucking pissed he let him die. If anything, he would have tried to shield him himself.
Cassius is upset, but he's been around so many people dying that he understands there is the proper time and place, and now is not it.
Yeah, and Naleek gets that to an extent too, but it was like it was the lack of, oh man, this is really unfortunate. Like, there was no grief whatsoever, and that's what kind of threw him off, because when it was first mentioned keeping Koss alive, you guys kind of like joked like, oh, we never had to keep you alive, and Naleek recognized that as a joke, but then when you guys didn't actually express much remorse to any at all, he was like, oh wait, you guys weren't joking, you guys are some, oh man, who are we traveling with? You know, but then he started thinking, you know what, this plane does fuck with you, and that's why he said that, to see if it raised any ire, and Arudim kept to himself, so there wasn't any hint then.
Castor, how old is Cassius? I'm curious.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I want to clarify that not enough people take advantage of ages in D&D. So many races can let you live like centuries long and still be young. Fucking do it.
Exactly.
Everyone's like, oh, I'm an elf? I'll be a 30-year-old elf. Dude!
You are an
infant child.
Why are you babbling?
You are literally the size of a toddler.
So here's the thing. Kobold, to answer your question, he's 26. His age, I've actually centered his age around his backstory, so it makes sense for him to be this age.
Yeah, I can confirm this, because I will mention, like, that's the reason why I mentioned age. That's one of the first things I look into in every character that is pitched to any of my campaigns, because so many of my campaigns are based in long-term lore, so naturally I want to see how your character fits in with that, what they would have seen based around that lore, you know? So, young Babu boy Cassius don't know shit about the world. And then when
he's only been adventuring for a couple of years.
It's funny, because Cassius isn't the youngest person in the party, but it also makes sense that that's the case, because Arudim is like on life, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
The reason I pointed that out was because this life Arudim is living, he gets bits and pieces of past lives as he grows up, so it really fucks with him.
Oh, yeah.
It would fuck with anybody. But he's only 18.
But I do want to specify, guys, that half-orcs are considered adults at 14, so he's technically in his 20s, maturity-wise.
Which is why I looked it up.
Yeah, maturity-wise, him and Cassius are two peas in a pod.
Technically, yes, we are equal in maturity based on our race.
And on to the next point, Crantor.
Yeah,
relative to his age.
46.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, you guys live hundreds of years, so you're still relatively young for your race, too.
What a handsome boy.
Y'all are legit just young adults. Y'all are just like the lead of the new seinen anime that's come out. They thought they were normal college kids, but then D&D.
Them the hell.
It's D&D.
It's
D&D.
D&D.
Beyond song because it's a Saturday morning like cartoon
Stephen
intro.
Lynch.
It's Planeswalkers, but as a Saturday morning cartoon intro.
Oh my god, now I just imagined little 1930s cartoon Arudim coming in.
Have you guys ever heard of a parody music artist and stand-up comedian known as Stephen Lynch?
I have heard of him.
He has a song called D&D. I'm going to link it in the
I remember Lanny
Discord
doing a cover of this song dressed as a wizard at his high school thing. It was like one of his first videos. It was one of his first videos on his channel. It's so funny. And he even back then, he still had a bit of a voice on him. I gotta give it to the lad. Lanny really does got some talent.
This was hella fun, guys.
Oh,
absolutely. This was amazing.
The session was rocking. We were kind of, there was a lot of crosstalk going on, which is going to suck in editing, but I don't care, because this was such a fucking good character-driven session, which
it really was.
Which is like the strong
We got bugs to zap. We've gone from hit me again, Zariel. Hit me, baby. That's basically what he was doing.
No, and that's the thing is, like, there are so many more sorry seeds planted in this campaign, this session, than you guys realized. There were certain name drops.
Can we work for the Emporia?
Oh, that was just gag. Okay, so let me read you out this, guys, right? So, with these cards that came with the dice, the Descent to Avernus pack, they give me little cute things from Volo himself, details on all of the main devils and demons. It also comes with Estrange Encounters and Trinkets One Finds lists for characters to come across randomly if you're ever short of ideas when they're in Avernus. And one of these ideas is, for the Strange Encounters, it's a 200-foot tall, 150-foot wide wrought iron archway that reads, Avernus welcomes all. And that was where you guys saw that first one. And the other one that I went with, a random character is repeatedly contacted via the sending spell by extraplanar salespeople from across the multiverse about pledge drives, deals on wagons, vacation timeshares, and life insurance. The effect only lasts while in Avernus.
Seriously,
I love it.
I couldn't, like, it was hilarious because on one hand, you're sitting there, like, very gently trying to nudge us forward, and then you drop that, and I'm like, oh god, is this what he wanted to get to? Because this is fucking great.
It kind of was, but then by the time we got to it, I'm like, okay, we can't spend too much time on it, but there was no way we couldn't, because it was just too fun of a gag. And I'm like, oh, this, because I knew as soon as I saw it, I'm like, who's gonna get oh, it's definitely gotta be Arudim. Like, who else would be contacted about life insurance? Multiversal life insurance.
Arudim, the man who lives and never dies.
And he's also the only one who doesn't learn spells here.
Oh, wait.
So naturally,
No.
he'd be the one. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, it's the opposite of that. It's the man who dies and never lives.
Damn.
Exactly.
Alrighty, go.
You can check out the TRG network. Those guys are pretty cool, man. I mean, I don't know who else I would give my Twitch Prime sub to other than TRG network.
Now that I know that the YouTube audience is sticking with it, that's so gratifying. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that felt so good to see this afternoon.
I'm glad you guys felt good by that too, because it made me feel incredibly happy, but I wanted you guys to feel that same happiness because, like, you guys are the ones earning the fanfare all the same. Like, jokes aside about me not trying to take any credit, like, I totally get people liking my contributions to the campaign, but you guys cannot undermine how paramount you guys are as players to this game. Look, that entire session was almost entirely based around character works and motivations. If it was just me trying to push you guys along in the story route, probably would have been like almost through Fort Knucklebone already, but it would have been so dry. So this campaign has been made off the backs of your guys' character work.
We added that extra saucy sustenance.
Absolutely. It's almost as if berries sprouted from your hands and the audience ate them.
Look at the comments under
Saucy, mate. I prefer to...
You're gonna bomb.
You call it saucy, mate. I prefer to think of it as trashy. That's most of what I say. That's mostly what I say, mate.
We're like one or two more sessions out from the end of the arc.
Can't wait.
Woohoo!
Have a good one, y'all. Bye.
Bye.